Welcome back. All right, career video for all you fine people on the internet. Yep, today we're going to talk about Mariusz Czerkawski, the first Polish-born and trained hockey player in the National Hockey League's history. And one of, from what I saw, 4 who've ever played in the NHL, Polish-born and trained. So for Mariusz Czerkawski, there wasn't a lot thought about him going into the draft. 106th draft pick by Boston in 1991, but he would exceed expectations. He would come up and play for Boston for a few games in 93-94. 4 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points, and in the playoffs, he adds 3 goals, 3 assists for 6 points in 13 games. So pretty good debut, earns himself a chance at a job, and in 94-95, he plays most of the games in a lockout-shortened season. 47 games played, 12 goals, 14 assists, 26 points. In the playoffs, he adds a goal in 5 games. The bad news is that at this point, well, for Boston, they had been contenders, but they're falling out. And in 95-96, Czerkawski has a rough start to the season in Boston. 33 games, 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points. And I guess they soured on him because January 11th, he is traded to the Edmonton Oilers, along with a 1996 first-round draft pick and defenseman Sean Brown. Going the other way, Bill Ranford. So the Boston Bruins get Ranford back. Ranford, of course, a huge part of the reason why the Edmonton Oilers win the Stanley Cup in 1990. With the Oilers after the trade, still in 95-96, Czerkawski plays 37 games, 12 goals, 17 assists for 29 points. So 40 points in total, and definitely looked better in Edmonton than he had in Boston prior to the trade. And there was already discussion about this trade kind of being a mistake for Boston. 96-97, he plays that whole season in Edmonton, 76 games, 26 goals, 21 assists, 47 points. In the playoffs, 12 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. And then he gets traded. Now, Czerkawski believed that the Oilers didn't have him in their long-term plans and that they were looking in another direction. And the Oilers said, yep, he came out, he wanted a trade. He didn't like not being played enough in the playoffs. We only had the 2 goals in 12 games. So it makes sense if you don't feel like you're being utilized very well and you think that another team might be happier with your services, then, yeah, requesting a trade can work. On August 25th of 97, he is traded to the New York Islanders for Dan LaCouture. So this is a trade that is won by the New York Islanders. I am wearing an Islanders jersey for this because this is where he had a majority of his success. 97-98 plays 68 games with the Islanders. The offense wasn't there yet. 12 goals, 13 assists, 25 points. But the following season, we start to see an improvement in his totals. 98-99, 78 games, 21 goals, 17 assists, 38 points. So while it's a tough time for the Islanders, Czerkawski's putting up some pretty good numbers. 99-2000, he has his best season by his NHL standards. 79 games, 35 goals, 35 assists for 70 points. And he played in the All-Star game that year. So really strong numbers for Czerkawski. And I think, once again, the Islanders not probably all that happy with how things were going at that point, but probably pretty happy with his role. 2000-2001, he plays all 82 games that season. Records 30 goals, 32 assists, 62 points. So back-to-back 30-goal seasons for Czerkawski. 2001-2002 plays 82 games. His goals total drops to 22. He has 29 assists and 51 points. So his totals are dropping off. In the playoffs, he plays 7 games, 2 goals, 2 assists for 4 points. And on June the 22nd, once playoffs are done, he is traded to Montreal for a 2002 fifth-round pick and Aaron Asham going the other way. So Montreal, he doesn't stay in Montreal that long. He plays 43 games, 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points. Ended up playing in the AHL that year as well, and things kind of looked a bit done. But he goes to free agency that summer, and who picks him up? The Islanders. So July 17th, I kept trying to say June. It's not June, July. July 17th, he is traded, or he's signed, I should say, as a free agent by the New York Islanders. I'll figure it out. I'll get there. So he's signed by the New York Islanders, and it works. 81 games with the Islanders that following season, 25 goals, 24 assists, 49 points. In the playoffs, he records 1 assist in 5 games, and then he goes back to the free agent market. Now, it takes a while before he gets signed. September 10th of 2005, which is, of course, after the lockout wiped out season of 04-05, he is signed as a free agent by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Doesn't play that much in Toronto, though. Plays 19 games, 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 points. And eventually, on waivers, Boston claims him. On March the 8th, he is claimed on waivers by the Bruins, who are in the midst of a tough season, plays 16 games with Boston, and records the same totals: 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 points, to finish the season with 35 games, 8 goals, 2 assists for 10 points. In total, in his NHL career, 745 games played, 215 goals, 220 assists, 435 points. In the playoffs, he plays a total of 42 games in his career, 8 goals, 7 assists, 15 points. He did play for Poland at the 1992 Olympics. He showed up in qualification, I think. He played in the qualifiers in 2000, and he does have the most career points by an NHL player born and trained in Poland, and it's not close. It's nowhere near close. So Czerkawski is one of those rare talents from a country that isn't normally known for developing National Hockey League talents, who did pretty well. And after his NHL career was done, he had a few more years in Europe, played pretty well there as well. And so there you go. The career of Mariusz Czerkawski, the Polish Prince. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.